Greetings, Hitchman. We are the Villains Demand. I'm Smiley.
I'm the Bearded Wonder.
And I'm Evan the Great.
And this is a point of inspiration. What are we talking about today, my bearded, wonderful bastard?
Multiclassing.
Multiclassing. Some people it's taboo.
Right. So today we're talking about when or
Why?
even why should you multiclass?
Is it alright? Is it dangerous? Is it like sex without a condom? Yeah, I
Yeah.
went there. It kind of is. The more you do it, you're bound to catch something.
Yeah, like a patron.
Yeah.
Nip cloth.
Yeah.
But on some occasions, you can produce life.
Like a roosty.
And in some occasions, you trade your constitution to be able to do it.
It's true.
With,
Alright,
yeah,
so
strength and charisma.
so do you
Yeah.
okay, so how do you guys feel about multiclassing like in a game? Like do you feel that you should have it planned out when you start the game? Like should you be like, look, I'm a fighter but I know I want to go wizard, or I'm a warlock but I know I want to go rogue? Or do you think it's okay to let it just happen naturally with the flow of the game?
My answer to that question is yes.
So either way.
Yeah, whatever. If you are going to be multiclassing, but you start at level 1, talk to your DM ahead of time, say, hey, I really like this rogue, but my plan for him is that he's going to be a rogue bard, and I don't know what the mix is going to be yet, but that's my plan. Like, I want him to be a rogue bard. I want to play a rogue bard.
Right. See, I like to go with the flow of
If
the
your
story.
DM's not being a booty face or a dick, he's like, that's cool. Do it. Level 2 bard. There you go.
See, I like to just go with the flow of the story.
Yeah.
Because I make a character background,
Yeah.
and like say in the Ancient War Reborn,
Yeah.
Vesper, she's a rogue. It fits her backstory because her parents were killed. She got kind of trained
Yeah.
by one of her father's friends, and he is this kind of thiefy, sneaky guy.
Yeah. He's a sneak thief.
And
No correction. He's a fucking zint.
yeah, but she's also 70 years old, which for an elf in
Is young.
D&D is young. She's a teenager.
Ward is 70 years old. He's a teenager.
So she has all these memories of her father teaching her things, because her father, and her father and mother, I should say, owned a restaurant,
Yeah.
and her father would put on magic shows. Some of it was illusions, some of it was
Well,
just sleight of
arcane
hand, some were arcane stuff. So an arcane trickster for that. But
And then Orvuste died.
Nervustia died, and in game, Vesper had already lost, her mother, her father, her brother, or she thought she had, which she regained her mother, but there was still that emptiness
You sold
For
your
her.
soul to Clout.
to bring back her lover,
Yeah.
and
He just showed up one day as a paladin.
yeah, there
I'll tell you the story in a minute.
there were several ways that our DM JVD.
Yeah.
Like
Like this, our game is a beautiful example of flowing
With
multiclassing
narrative.
into the narrative.
Like he was like, you can become a sorcerer if you wanted to. I had the option to become a sorcerer,
Yeah.
or I could become a warlock.
And just throw sorcerer stuff into it.
And yeah, and it really made sense to go warlock
Because you made a pact.
until I made a pact. But the warlocks in the player's handbook didn't really fit. And I know you were working on one,
Yeah.
but I like to have things like physical copies.
Yeah.
So, because I'm that guy,
You go to print.
I'm not into. I don't have a printer, man.
That's on the wall. That's on. Just bought a movie.
But yeah, so JVD let me take the Draconic Sorcerer stuff and pretty much just put that in as like a pack features instead of
Yeah.
and so that was really cool, and I like that. And now I kind of want to go bard.
So now you're going to the point that you're full on multiclassing.
Full on multiclassing, 3 multiclasses. I kind of want to go bard.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense with the story. Her father was a showman.
Yeah.
She wanted
It
to
does.
aspire to that. But also, on the other hand, I want it for some of the mechanics that bards get that will make my character better.
What about Luda? What made you pick Paladin?
Luda in JVD's game, the same game as Vesper, she started out as a bard.
Yeah.
And the thing was she was going to be a spy type
Yours
character.
like sideswiped me, by the way, because I never seen you like multi-classing for any reason.
I didn't think I was going to multi-class, but then as the game went on, she had these fits, especially in the first like 10 episodes, or 10, what do they call them, sessions. You could see her flip out sometimes. She could go in a rage mode with somebody.
Let's see, if you were picking that, I was like, well, fuck it,
And she would run in like a barbarian, but then she would also do things that would get her caught and do things like rash decisions, and it all made her think like she needs to be more careful. And eventually she started learning that her whole goal is not to seek out and destroy organizations from within with information and all that stuff.
More or less, he sucked at it.
She wasn't very good at it. She was good.
I will say that I felt like we held
Yeah.
you down in that regard.
She was good on the instruments and the bardic tendencies, but as far as her being a Harper agent, she wasn't as good at it then. And she searched and searched for a class to go into, and eventually I decided that
So you searched or you searched?
I did.
I just see the like
Roland
through the
was with us, and he was a paladin, and he had these holy abilities, and I started trying to imitate them. Eventually, I could, but I didn't know where this holy power was coming from.
You're like what? You're like a sorcerer version of a paladin. Right?
Yes, I
You
am
are chosen. You are a favored soul, a divine soul. But
I
with
am,
a sword.
yes. I do. That's the way my character is. But she wound up through role play, heavy role play. I found out where my power comes from. It comes from Bahamut.
You sound like you just did a confession.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Through many
hard.
protecting people and trying to fight the cult off.
Yeah.
She wound up being a paladin of Bahamut, and she's still a Harper agent, but now she's a paladin of Bahamut Harper agent, which means she's a lot more serious character. She speaks wise now, but she still can get herself in a little bit of trouble, not like she used to. Now she can back it up. But the goal of this inspiration
So why are
video
you
is why do
vengeance
you
paladin?
vengeance? Because the cult took away a lot of people's families and
I thought it was
lives.
because they specifically just burned you in that one fucking scene and you got pissed off about it.
It was the interrogation.
Yeah, I mean, we got interrogated, but the main reason I think she's vengeance paladin is she's vengeful against
You
the
chose
cult.
all the spice. You said, "Fuck it, I'm now vengeance." No, you
Yes.
literally said that.
Yeah, and
You know what? That's fine.
it makes sense.
Like, yeah, it does make sense.
At first, she had no idea she was going to multiclass, and at one point, I was going to be a barbarian. That was insane. But
You see, me on the other hand, I'm like, I just wanted a metal fucking bear. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit. My character story was he wanted to be a wizard, but his father won't let him. He found someone that taught him.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. I'm simple.
and then you got the whole mechanics. Like, say you do a backstory, and you're like, well, my character's kind of like this and this, or my mother was
Yeah.
this, my father was this. So I want to be an arcane fighter. There is another reason to multi-class.
Oh,
but
that's
after
a
you-
whole. The arcane part will be a
Yeah.
whole thing on its own later on.
But after you get going, you know, you might say, okay, this ain't for me. You might go on left or go right or let the story.
I feel like
So
if you don't like your character, there's something wrong there.
So you can go like 3 or 4 different ways. You can go solo build, you can go multi-class where you're going to pick it going in like you're going to know what you're going to do before you start playing. Or there's ones where you ain't going to know until it happens in game. And then there's actually a fourth option. You're like, I'm going to start out as a rogue fighter orc in the streets, you know, and then all of a sudden you're a rogue fighter orc. You go ahead and do that at first, and then he runs around with a paladin and becomes a paladin. Then he might find a patron deity and actually
That's all
give himself
kinds
even
that
more and
they'll
go into
require.
warlock. There's so many ways to vent your character. It's almost like I don't care about the class. I care about the mechanics, and if it makes sense for you to go into it, you go that aspect too.
I'm a bit advocate for you play a character, not a class.
Yeah,
Now it's not for a lot of people easier just to play a class,
gotcha.
but when and why should someone multi-class? Like either mid game or at the beginning.
Party composition, friendship, and deities and religions are the 3 biggest ones I can think of.
That's all for Paladin though, buddy.
Well, I'm talking about, I'm talking about like if you have a party and say Vesper's running around with us, and her dad used to be a bard. Now she's got somebody else that's doing bardic ways in front of her.
She's interested in being.
So it helps to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
But his father was an entertainer.
yeah. See,
But I'm a different kind of bard, but you can still see
right.
the bardic, how powerful it can grow. Yeah.
See, I kind of feel like if you wish to apply yourself to be an entertainer, and you feel that bard is the class to be an entertainer, then go bard. And just grab a level of bard. And that's
And
what
you also don't have to be
Yeah.
a particular class to fit in. Like I got another game I run with my brother and my family, and we have a bard, and we have an elven warrior, and we have another character. They all play like musical instruments, but only one of them is a bard. The other one is kind of like a
Outlander alone.
Outlander, elven warrior, and he travels the land, and he's all about survival. And at night, when he makes his fire, he has his animal companions. He plays his flute.
Yeah, but what about multi-classing though?
Yeah, I'm just like
Like-
use an example. You ain't got a multi-class to get some of the character concepts.
If you're starting level 1 and you want to play a multi-class character concept, you have to talk to your DM about it. You may have to show it in like your background or your whatever
Yeah.
choices you make.
Right. But on the other hand, now I will say this: like, for a minute,
Yeah.
I thought about Vesper going into Barbarian because she was just angry all the time. And or Vustia died,
Yeah.
and she was just kind of destroyed at
I
first.
feel the choice you made better fit Vesper.
But then she got angry, right? And so, me and JVD talked, and he's like, well, I don't feel like Barbarian really suits Vesper. I was like, well, me neither. I don't think so, because she's really smart. She's got high intelligence.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Barbarians have to be dumb, but just going into a blind rage all the time, or making that her main thing, and all the
No, but I mean,
and all that.
let's be completely frank here. You went into a blind rage a lot.
Yeah, this is true.
Earlier on, we
But-
did.
But JVD,
Yeah, we just discussed
I
the
said
whole
we did.
loud water.
yeah, but JVD was like, well, how about we make it like a feat, like a rage feat,
Yeah.
where you're still going rogue, but instead of taking an ASI or a feat out of the book, we'll just make a feat that lets you take rage, and
Yeah.
instead of twice a day, you get like once a day.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
And you can do stuff like that where if you have a player that
It's your
maybe
game, it's your
doesn't-
world.
yeah, maybe your player doesn't want to multi-class
Well,
fully into that other
we're
class.
speaking from the player's perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
as a player though, I like the option of if I have a concept that I want, I can go to the DM and be like, because JVD is an awesome DM,
Yeah.
and it's just like, hey, I like this one thing from this one class. Can we make that into a feed or something? I mean, you
Yeah.
really got to talk to you got to work with your DM. I mean, don't show up at the table and be like, hey, I made this into
What
a feed.
I do is I hound him ceaselessly between sessions. That's not a joke. You just look at our logs. I literally hound the man ceaselessly.
Yes.
Because I have so much stuff going through my head for everything.
But that's the biggest
He
thing.
eventually told me to stop till this game is over. Okay. I don't want to hear about your druid rogue bard combo. Wait till this game's over.
See, but that's the biggest thing I think that you can do is just be open with your DM.
Yeah.
Talk to your DM, because most times the DM's going to work with you most of the time. And if your DM's not working
Yeah.
with you, maybe you
Yeah.
should find a new DM.
Well, there's also but we never discussed the when we should. Other than the beginning, you must have it or naturally.
Yeah, see, I don't think it matters. Personally, I
But
don't
see,
think it
we're
matters
also
when
speaking
you
from only a
multi-class.
straight RP standpoint. There's several people they don't get into RP.
Right, they're just all about mechanics,
Yeah, because that's what they know.
power gaming,
Mechanics and
Yeah,
combat.
power
in
gaming.
general.
We're not
Yeah.
all power gaming as long as you're having fun and everybody else. having fun.
My rule, whatever run a game is, as long as everyone's having fun, you're not taking it away from other players, ruining the fun of everyone. As long as everyone's having fun together, that's the point of the game. It is literally a game.
Yeah, so, I mean, but the one thing that you got to remember as a player also is that 5e is different than Pathfinder or 3.5, where multi-classing kind of made you stronger in 3.5
They
and
balance it
Pathfinder.
out in 5e a bit.
In 5e, a third level wizard, and like if you're like a
You
third
don't
level
want a
wizard,
multi-class still wizard, trust me.
well, okay, let's say you're like a
Let's take
third.
that back. You can go Blade Singer.
But let's say you're like a third level warlock, third level fighter.
Yeah.
The 6th level fighter is going to outdo you in damage.
It will be fairly equal, honestly.
It'd be pretty
I
darn
think
equal.
I think fighter would be a little better.
Because
You're gonna have action surge.
based off of level.
You'll still have
And
that.
you're going to have all that.
But your action surge
Can be
as
used for
a
warlock, too.
Yeah.
But,
But you also have to attack. You also have 3 attacks with
But-
action surge.
yeah, but if you're
No.
6th
4
level
attacks.
fighter though, you're going to have your abilities from your subclass. You're going to go deeper into that. You're going to have your 6th level ability bump in that. You're going to have all your ASIs.
Yeah, but you're also
And
you're
you're
going to
not
have
getting those in
invocations. You're going to have 2nd level spells.
Yeah.
You're going to have
But
Eldritch
warlocks don't get a
Blast.
lot, though.
You know, they get 1 a day.
Yeah.
Level 3 is like
In my
1 day.
personal
Go
opinion,
2 a day.
multi-classing into the warlock, if you want to do a power game, is a very good idea.
Warlock, a 3 level bump into Warlock is
Yeah.
extremely potent.
It's real potent.
Especially if you mechanically, which is what I was getting at, what I thought someone was going to say, like you brushed it briefly. If there's something that fits your character concept in a class, why, like, just talk to your DM, make sure it's okay first, but then just for like a level or 2 to get that whatever you feel fits your character.
But now I will say also about when to multi-class, you probably, like JVD let us kind of switch things around sometimes when it makes sense. Like switch some stats around. I don't know if every DM would let you do that. So sometimes it might be good to look at your stats because, and you know, you have to meet the prereqs of certain
Yeah.
things.
Well, prereqs, like I was doing like an optional role.
Yeah.
Like myself. So like I don't like. Well, you want to be a paladin, right?
Well, I mean, technically all.
Well, yeah, but my
roles-
strength's only 10. Let's turn that strength to dex. There you go. Have fun.
Yeah, I mean, but
Yeah.
I think all roles in 5e would be optional, right? To a point.
I know feats are completely optional.
Yeah.
It's a completely optional game.
Yeah, I mean, you could pretty much take this and you can run superheroes out of 5e if you
You
reskin
can run
it
almost
and do all that.
anything out of 5e.
So what is your guys' sorry to interrupt you?
Yeah.
What is your guys' favorite multi-class using 2 classes comboed together just to get the abilities?
Just to get
Best
the abilities. Man,
I thought this would be a cool question for this.
Yeah.
I already know.
it is really cool. I really like the rogue sorcerer.
Yeah.
I mean, mainly because you don't have to worry about armor if you take draconic.
If you're going like a level bump down into sorcerer, then yeah, I can see that because you also get green flame blade, booming blade,
Right.
and things that can help out a rogue.
But you're mostly going to go rogue, I think, with that build. I'd have to build this out. I mean, it's
It would
on
be
the
nice
spot.
on one.
What kind of
So-
mechanics are you looking for both of them? Is what I was the question.
Oh,
like.
well, the mechanics I'm looking for, obviously from the sorcerer, I'm looking for that 13 AC plus dex that you get with
Yeah,
draconic.
plus
weapons.
1 hit point per level.
Plus 1 hit point per level.
See, there you go.
And then, of course, for the sorcerer, you're getting spells.
Yeah.
And then that can just supplement what you can do as a rogue. And as your rogue, you're getting your sneak attack. You're not worried about armor
You're still
because
agile.
you got all your stuff. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bump your dex up as high as you can, as fast as you can, hit that 20. Don't even worry with the feats. And then your AC is probably sitting at like, it's 18.
Yeah, if you got a 5.
If you got a 5 in your dex mod,
Mm-hmm.
or if anything else, I mean, you're looking at, if you're going rogue first, you're going to have a high dex. So you should at least have a 3 or 2 in there in your dex. So you got a 14, 15 AC at level 1 with no armor.
See, now you're just getting to build territory.
Yeah, we're
well, I
talking
mean, that's
about-
what he has.
Well, he asked like, what was your favorite?
Like,
Yeah.
what's your 2
Yeah.
Not
mechanics
an
that
entire
you're looking
synopsis
for?
on it.
Yeah, but that's what I
Yeah.
want, though. That's what I want. I want that AC from the
Like,
sorcerer.
you're wanting the AC from the
And
sorcerer
then
and the
sneak
sneak attack from the
rogue.
Yeah.
You
That's
say
the 2 big things.
All right,
easy,
Smiley.
easy. Paladin sorcerer all the way. Smiting spellcasting.
Yes.
I love the gish.
Yeah, Smiley is beast, especially when you get higher
Dude,
levels.
honestly, I feel like if you're going Paladin at all, you have to go at least 6 levels.
Just to get your Smite up.
Just to get second attack. And then your charisma bonus all modifier, so
And,
the rest of your stats.
and you'll have a steed.
I'm not even worried about the steed.
I'm just saying, and you would have one of.
He likes the stallion.
Oh yeah, because you said you're going Paladin Sorcerer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're like 2 full casters. So
I'll be
half
3 levels
caster.
from Paladin. The rest of the level sorcerer just to get that delusive spellcasting going on.
see, so then you got higher level spell slot, or you have a few higher level spell slots.
I would balance out. Like I can have a 9th level spell slot at the end of that.
And then you can use that for Smite, right?
Yeah. Well, you just might caps out a 5d8.
5d8, okay.
But I just like the concept of just let me have two levels of Paladin in any spellcaster that I'm trying to be a warrior with. I just want that like burning spell slots to do damage to me. This feels so arcane and I like it.
That's cool.
I haven't done
That's
mine
why
yet.
I like Hexblade so much.
I haven't done mine yet, the combo, but I am going to do it in the game.
Is it mud?
It's also Paladin. It's Paladin Warlock. Because
That's just
I want to feature off Charisma. Because Charisma, if you go 6 levels, 6 levels of each. Or you can just go 6 and 3. But I would do 6 levels of each. So, however you want to do it,
Warlock.
you can do that too. But,
However you visit that before.
but I mentioned that earlier because you got a Charisma-based character. So if you max your Charisma out by the time you're level 12, you're going to have +5 to all your stats. You're also going to have +5 to your damage for your Warlock's Electric Blast.
Yeah.
And you're going to be able to have a steed, and you're going to have a ranged weapon and a melee weapon with your, so you can smite up close and you can Eldritch Blast from the back.
Alternatively, you 11 levels Warlock, add your charisma damage to all of your attacks
Yeah.
with a weapon, with your packed weapon. That's already getting that you can
Yeah.
smite with. That if you can go Hexblade, you add your charisma modifier to your attacks anyways. So if you have a 20 in charisma, that's +10 on every attack. And I do math good.
So now we're going to switch this up a little bit more. We're going to go Pack Warlock, Paladin, and then we're going to go into Battle Cleric, the War Domain.
In my opinion, you're spreading your stats too thin.
Well, what I'm getting at is you're going to get to use your bonus action with another
Equal to your
attack.
charisma modifier. I mean,
Equal to-
wisdom modifier.
Yeah, so then your high stuff would be a Charisma and Wisdom at that point.
But you need to have 13 charisma, 13 wisdom, 13 strength.
Yeah.
That means you're having like a 10 in con again.
Yes. a warlock cleric would be interesting. A warlock cleric would be interesting if you want to drop the paladin and then go war and then go 8 into that and then the rest, the 4 into warlock.
The reason why I love Hexblade so much, honestly,
Hexblade's so much broken.
It's not broken at all, honestly.
Well, when you add it with paladin,
I kind of realized that everything I liked about Hexblade was just indications that blade packs can get anyways. It's just like a level dip into Hexblade is good if you want to play get a sorcerer, like a straight sorcerer.
but damn, sorcerer paladin or warlock paladin or rogue with sorcerer,
Yeah.
they're all magic.
So,
Yeah.
her whole discussion about when and why we should multiclass is like, hey, let's talk about multiclassing.
I got one more to talk about while we're on here. This is also something I fairly found out, which there's a rule out there. Maybe you guys can help us. I played a 6th level, 3 level barbarian, 3 level druid multi-class in my buddy Joe's game, and I would wall shape into a bear and then rage.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
That means
Jeremy Crawford
I
said you
take
could do that.
what 25% of the damage they hit me with. Because when you rage, you take half damage. When you turn to a bear, you take half damage.
You know.
Well, through the
You take
druid,
quarter damage, right?
through the druid.
No.
What's the druid thing you got?
Resistance doesn't stack.
Yeah, it don't stack. Okay,
Resistance does not stack.
I am sad.
You
But still.
see, I would homebrew that because if you had resistance,
Well, that's
already, and
the-
you
that's
got more
the-
resistance, you'd be taking 1/3
There's no such
damage.
thing in 5e of double resistance.
Even without it, they have to go through
Well,
36.
they do that to make sure you don't just cakewalk through everything.
I just make it 1/3 resistance.
But even,
As the DM, if you're a good DM, your players can never cakewalk through anything.
but once you
They might do
No,
it
that-
once.
That's
they're not
like
doing it
at
again.
that point I'm gonna throw so much stuff on there and it just gets crazy.
but
No,
once
you just bump up. No, you can reskin monsters as DM. There's no reason to not.
You're
do it.
you're saying you're skinny, but you're talking about stat fidgeting.
Stat fidgeting.
Yeah,
Or-
which is well true.
But we're
But the
talking
problem
about
is though, the concept of the rules is just make where this monster is a challenge
Still a-
no matter what you do.
broken tank right there.
Yeah, just raging as a bear.
Because
is
what 36 hit points is what a bear has, so virtually you have 70.
total warrior.
I'm just saying, basically you have,
Yeah,
you
but
have,
it's just 'cause
you have
everything's
72 hit points they got to go through before they go into your human form.
Alternatively-
they go through all that.
Now I'm just throwing this out there. If you just want to go straight druid, level 6 moon druid, you can become an Allosaur.
Yeah.
Level, I think it's 11. You
Talking
get 6
about
level
multi-class
spells. No, this is straight one class right
I
now.
know.
Level 11 moon druid, you can become a miniature fucking Godzilla with Sunbeam.
So your baby Godzilla.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, if someone else polymorphs you, you don't lose your concentration. So if someone polymorphs you into a T-Rex while you're casting Sunbeam, Godzilla.
All right. So I think this turned into a full multi-classing video.
Yeah, just straight up.
Yeah. So just multi-classing. We'll just
Look
have
at
this
the most multi-classing class there is.
The most multi-classing class there
is
is.
fighter.
fighter. Anybody can be that.
No.
Because anybody can take 2 levels of fighter and you automatically get action surge.
I don't care about
And
that.
second wind, so you can heal
So his
yourself.
fighter.
Alright, let's be realistic here. A D10 plus your fighter level.
No, I'm
No
talking
one
about.
uses that.
I'm talking about the action surge. It's so broken.
Hey, if you take hit, go ahead and do it, and then action surge, and you know.
There's so many things you use your bonus action for, though.
Yeah, but after the fight, though, you know.
Little warlock paladin combo.
See, I don't feel.
Add 5 to 2 levels fighter.
I don't
and
feel that
even
action
more
surge
broken.
is potent. I do not feel like action surge is that potent.
Twin spell sorcerer action surge.
Have you not read the? No, that's with bonus access casting.
It's broken.
Twin spell sorcerer with action surge.
Yeah, they built cast it twice before.
That's true.
But you
That's how
think
it
though,
works,
the spell has to target one creature.
Or just anything that, like.
But then that's
Polymorph
still
2 people in one turn. It's ridiculous.
concentration, dude.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that concentration. Well,
I think you
lightning
can
bolt.
twin spell polymorph. They
Polymorph
can't
lightning
do it
bolt. That's
twice.
crazy. You can do both.
Lightning.
I'm just saying, if you want
Yeah,
polymorph
but
a lightning bolt or polymorph a fireball.
But you can do that in other ways with like quicken spell.
Yeah. But then, well, if you have quick spell,
No, you can use you can just sunbeam
Yeah.
and then quicken spell your other spells after that.
Or a monk with action surge. That's ridiculous. Monk fighter.
Not really. You just get your two more attacks.
I know, just broke.
It's really not.
So-
the haste
Oh,
gives you
what we
one
didn't
every
talk about,
round.
my bad, is a monk rogue. Monk rogues are very devastating if you can combine them right.
Right. So I think we've touched on pretty much every topic, multi-classing.
They're like,
You'd
shut
be
up.
surprised
Actually, we
because
could go deeper down this rabbit hole.
don't be trapped into wanting to multi-class into a fighter. Okay, once a day I get 2 actions. The wizard can cast haste on you and give you an extra fucking action for an entire fucking game.
He can.
I mean, sorcerers can do that too.
I guess early on,
But you don't have to burn a spell slot though when you do it. That's a good thing.
If someone else is casting on you, it doesn't fucking matter.
gotcha.
But if you're something like a rogue or something like that, you
And
go
what
fire.
else would you use that spell slot for?
All right.
I don't know.
Just concentration, man.
How much more inspiration we got left today?
I think I'm about out of inspiration. I think I'm about ready for a short rest.
Burn them all out.
Yeah. I'm down for a long rest myself.
Long rest.
No one ever wants to give me one. They keep telling me why that's a bad idea.
I didn't say
Just
that.
let me take a nap.
He's gonna get hit with DM lightning bolt.
I have been up for 3 days.
He's gonna hit with DM lightning bolt.
No, I'm being legitimate. I've been up for 3
Oh.
days.
I'm sorry.
All right, guys. Well, I'm the Bearded Wonder.
I'm having the great.
I'm Smiley.
And you
Wait.
guys keep rolling.